bus arrived at 11:58 p.m., 2 minutes early, just like it always did. Evan noticed that first, because routines mattered when you lived alone and worked late. The stop sat under a flickering street lamp at the edge of town, where the pavement cracked into weeds and the woods began. No one else waited there. No one ever did. The doors hissed open. The driver didn't look at him. Evan hesitated before stepping inside. The bus smelled faintly of damp upholstery and something sour, like old leaves left too long in the rain. The lights overhead buzzed weakly, illuminating rows of empty seats. "Evening," Evan said. The driver's hands tightened on the wheel. "Evening," came the reply, delayed, as if the word had to be dragged up from somewhere deep. Evan took his usual seat halfway back on the right. The doors closed with a heavy thud, and the bus pulled away, tires groaning. They passed the first 3 stops without slowing. "That's odd," Evan muttered. He stood and walked forward. "Hey, you missed." The driver turned his head just enough for Evan to see his face in profile. It was wrong. His skin sagged too loosely, as if it no longer remembered the shape of a skull. His eye, only one visible, was cloudy and unfocused, staring straight ahead. "You get off, none," the driver said, voice low and flat. "When it's time." Evan returned to his seat, heart pounding. The bus drove on. The town faded into darkness. Streetlights disappeared. Trees pressed closer to the road, their branches scraping the windows like fingernails. Evan checked his phone. No signal. The time read 11:58 p.m. It didn't change. He glanced up. A woman sat across the aisle now, though he was certain the seat had been empty before. She wore a pale coat and stared at her hands folded in her lap. "Excuse me," Evan whispered. "Do you know where we are?" She didn't look up. "I missed my stop once," she said softly. "Just once." Her fingers trembled. "And then?" She smiled. Too wide, too tight. "There isn't another." The bus lurched. Outside, the road vanished, replaced by fog so thick it swallowed the headlights. Shapes moved within it. Tall, bent silhouettes that kept pace with the bus, sometimes pressing close enough that Evan could see long arms brushing the glass. Passengers filled the seats now, silent, pale, all staring forward. Evan ran to the front, slamming his fists against the driver's barrier. "Stop the bus!" The driver finally turned. Both eyes were open now. Neither of them blinked. "You didn't ring the bell," he said. Evan's mouth opened to argue, but the bell cord hung beside him, frayed and snapped clean through. The bus slowed. A stop appeared ahead, a lone sign standing in a patch of dead ground. No name, no light. The doors opened. Cold rushed in, carrying the smell Evan had noticed before. Grave soil. Hands gripped his arms, gentle, insistent, guiding him toward the exit. As he was pulled down the steps, Evan looked back. The seats were empty again. The doors closed. The bus drove on. If you want something shorter, more graphic, or in a specific style, psychological horror, cosmic horror, found footage, folklore, etc., just tell me